and welcome to the Absolute Football Podcast, Absolutely Lower League, the show dedicated to everything from the EFL Championship, League One, League Two, the Vanarama National League, and the Vanarama National League North and South. It's the first time we're going to be covering the National League North and South as well, so I'm very excited, and someone who will also be very excited. Ben, how are you and how's your week been?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's I'm glad the football season's back at least now. Like I can actually have a proper match day again now. It's been too long. It gets to the point in pre-season where you just feel like it's just been a big waste of time now. You just want everything to get cracking. So yeah, no, I'm so glad it's all back now, and off to a good start. So hopefully we can carry on. But yeah, other than that, week's been quite all right.
I love that. And our teams both won as well. So what can we say? We're the glory hunters of a podcast now, aren't we? Our teams. Anne, how are you and how's your week been?
Yeah, we won as well.
Yeah,
we won as well, you know.
Yeah, but you've also lost as well, which we'll come on to first after. No. So technically, mine and Ben's record is 100%. So
yeah, the league. No one cares about the League Cup these days, do they? You know what I mean? You know, Coward Vaughan sucked my ass, to be honest. But, yeah, I'm good. Football aside, yeah, excellent. I had a decent week, to be fair. So sun's been out, so really enjoyed myself. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you.
Good.
Really, really good. I'm glad to be back as well to talk football. Glad to be back. I missed you all last week, but obviously my sister's wedding, so I couldn't let her down. She'd be a bit fuming if I did.
You can just imagine her, can't you? Charlotte, first dance is going, I'm just doing me graphics
live. She'd be fuming. She knows I love this show, but obviously she's my sister, so can't let her down. Jen, how are you and how's your week been?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I can't complain except for this morning. I got up and I've managed to pull a muscle in the bottom of my back. So that's the joys of getting old. But, you know, cracking on with life.
Glad you're okay, Vo. You're okay. And last but not least, Rebecca, how are you and how's your week been?
I'm all right. Football aside, you're saying you're 100%. We're 0. So,
sorry.
Great start.
Ours won't last long. Don't worry. I'm just like making the most of it.
Yeah, I'm good. Excited for the weekend. We're back at home. It's my birthday fixture, so hopefully a good one.
Oh, love that. And again, we've done a double podcast week together, haven't we? It feels like it's all the time now, doesn't it? You're stuck with me at the minute.
I love it.
Oh, good. I'm glad someone does. And of course, it's not just us. We have a lot of people in the chat and very early in the chat as well. We have Aled. He's put evening all. We've got our very own Sam. Evening, everybody. Buzzing to have our lower league show back for the new season with wonderful Shah and a wonderful team. Oh, thank you. And I just wanted to give a massive, massive thank you to Sam as well, who did a fantastic job last week on the prediction show. Obviously, it looks like a very, very long one for all of you guys. So thank you very much, Sam. And thank you, everybody, for taking part in that. A new season and a new challenge. We've got Chris as well saying, good evening all. Hello, hope you're okay. Who else have we got in the chat? I'm getting used to pressing the buttons again, so bear with me. We've got Graham, he's put good evening, everyone. We've got James as well. Hello, James, hope you're okay. Oh, Chris has put, while I was making some food, heard Maidstone United being mentioned on the radio. They were talking about Ipswich starting the Premier League season.
Did we play Ipswich last year? I can't remember. I
didn't hear that, I know.
That's new news to me, Chris, that is.
We've got Sean as well. Hi, guys. Hope you're all doing well. We are doing very well, thank you. And we hope you're doing well, too. We've got Simon. Even everyone, no need to talk about the championship today, Shah. Oh, yes, we will be talking about it. We will. We've got Danny as well. Evening to you, Danny. Hope you're okay. Got Johnny. Hello, Johnny. I sounded so northern then. Johnny.
Johnny.
Yes, but Nicholas, he did keep a clean sheet. I will be talking about later, though. I won't get ahead of myself right now. Spend more time on it later. Yes, obviously, We will get. Oh, Rebecca's gone.
Rebecca's Wi-Fi's dropped out.
I know. Just in time for the EFL Cup. We will
It's
cover
gone
this
for a
really
reason.
quickly.
That's one way of getting out of it.
I
Can we
know.
all just drop out now and come back when you're
I
talking
know.
about the proper
Just
thing?
me and Ben. Me and Ben will take this one.
Yeah, easy.
So yeah, we won't really talk about this, but I don't really know if I should say any standouts because it is like early on into the season. But was there any particular result anybody wanted to kind of give a shout out to or mention? I'll leave the floor up to you all. You don't have to put your own result out either.
Is that all of the games? Or is that just one of them?
That's just one of them.
There's
like
more surprises,
three
is there?
slides.
You want some? I can't remember. I think it was the only Fleetwood. Fleetwood was the only one that'll be on the next slide that I can remember being like a proper shock. Like Barrow, Port Vale, possibly they're in the same league. There's nothing standy outy there, is there really? Just to mention us, we made 11 changes. Not to make any excuses because we weren't very good, but we made 11 changes to obviously see, with what's going on with the new manager and everything like that. And I thought we actually played all right. Just we didn't really put our chances away when we had them, and they did. So that's all I'm going to say on that one. I think. But I think it's to show the manager who he needs, who out of that other 11, who are like obviously the depth players, who needs to leave, who needs to go out on loan, and who we can keep. So it was a good exercise, I think, to be honest.
Anybody else want to cover? No. Anybody else want to cover any of the games on this slide, or shall I move on to the next one? I mean,
I'll move on. There's not too much. I think the answer covered it with Fleetwood and West Brom. That's probably the only real shock in that.
Yeah.
On that slide, so I don't think there's too much more to mention that.
You've got as well. So, any on there, or does any of you want to talk about your own teams and the result?
I mean, I can talk Aki.
Go for it.
We did make some changes going into this one. We had Dan Martin, Liam Coyle, Alex Henderson, and one of the new lads make his debut, Costello, who lasted 20 minutes and then went off injured. So that's just another thing to throw at us. Then they scored quite early on, did Tranmere, and it was like from that point we're like, oh God, here we go again. After Saturday and the 4-1, it's one of them, you're going into it and you're thinking, right, what can we do? But we did think, we've made a change with the team. We've got Dan Martin and Coyle back in midfield. It was a bit more like we know compared to what we started against Doncaster, but we'll get into that a bit later. We just didn't get going. We had chances going in there like a couple of times, but we just couldn't get on the end of them, couldn't capitalise on anything. And then going into half time 1-0 down, you're thinking, right, or was it 2-0? I can't even remember now. It just all merged into one at the end. And then, I mean, as much as I love him, as much as I can speak about him, Seb did do a great assist for the third goal. It was one of them, a bit of a heavy touch. So ball went away, and I think he got a bit too excited as he's run after it. He's like, I could be through on goal here. He's got excited, lost ball, gone through on their player. It was a good advantage played by the ref. I have to give him that. And then he went back and butt Seb at the end of it. So that was fun. But yeah, it weren't it. But hopefully now, I think a lot of fans have just said we can focus on the league and just see what happens.
We've got in the chat for you, Rebecca, as well. Danny has put, playing your other team in the second round, Rebecca.
Yeah, we're going to be trying to get tickets for that one.
Just go into the chat as well. We have got Aled. Obviously, his thoughts on the game, the Wrexham game, he's put, thought we held ourselves well against Sheffield United, but definitely think whoever got the home advantage in the tie would have won. Sadly, it wasn't us. And then from the other side of it, Johnny's just happy that they finally won a game at home, bless him. Bless him. And then Sean, obviously, our Northampton fan in the chat, has put, thank God we got knocked out. Imagine going to Swansea on a Tuesday/Wednesday night. Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Bit of a hike, that, isn't it? A bit of a hike. Paul has put, Standout result for me is Leeds versus Borough, as Middlesbrough are a team to watch for this season. And Christ, Leeds was so poor, schoolboy error defending. They were very, very poor. They've lost a lot of players, though, haven't they, Leeds? And we'll speak a bit more about them, obviously, when we get onto the Championship. But they've lost a lot of players.
Going to lose another one as well. Brighton's activated Georgina Ruters transfer. I think our minimum release clause. I mean, 40 million quid. Like what?
Oh.
And I don't even think he's that good. But,
I was going to say he's not. No,
40 million. So they're losing him, but they'll sign somebody, won't they? They've still got a couple of weeks for the transfer window, and as we mentioned last week, they've still got a lot of money, so they'll sign somebody. She'll be all right. Just looking at the other results on here as well, I think this might be why Claire's late. I don't think she's on call, really. Stockport 1, Blackburn 6. She's going to kill me for saying that. Yeah. But she did mention as well there was a lot of changes, weren't there? Because obviously they've got 12 injuries to start with. I don't think it was the same team as they played in the league. I think it was a lot of the youngsters. So, and yeah, Blackburn won that only just so, didn't they? Only just. Trying to think of any more standouts. Is there? It's pretty much what you'd expect, to be honest, on this slide as well. Kieran obviously not on. Newport lost 4-1 against Leyton Orient. There's a bit of at least you guys came on and your team lost, isn't it? Obviously, Charlton 0, Birmingham 1. Graham, if you went to that game or if you watched that game, please send us your thoughts. I know you're in the chat. Colchester won on penalties against Reading. Crawley 4, Swindon Town 2. Northampton, as Shawnee said as well, lost to Wickham 2-0. That looked like a good game. Norwich 4, Stevenage 3. Looked a pretty good game. Simon has put in the chat as well. Imagine playing two teams in 4 consecutive games. We are against Bristol City and Oxford United. Graham put about Charlton. We played well first half, should have taken a lead, but it was very poor penalty from Tupac. What? Oh, wow. That's where he is. Second half, we were very poor and never looked like scoring and lost to a really great strike. And then he's put, we don't do cut runs, on to Orient on Saturday at the Valley. Paul has put, with EFL Cups, I think personally a lot of clubs disrespect the cup. The chance to win money and progress. This is good. This is a good go-to to get somewhere, but that's me. Can I just come in on that one? There is absolutely no money in the League Cup at all.
No.
Like, compared to the FA Cup, where there is a little bit. The League Cup, you get pittance. You know, like pittance. We got into the quarterfinals about 5 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. That was when we had Broadhead, so it would have been 2 years ago. And I think we got the quarterfinals, got beat of Arsenal, got about 20 grand. You know what I mean? It was nothing. It was peanuts. So I kind of disagree. I think the League Cup needs a little bit of a restructure because it's just boring. You know, like especially you come in like it's the same week as the start of the season. Nobody in there take it seriously. If you'd lost, if any of them teams had lost and went my way, fair enough. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. And a cup game should bother teams. Should bother people, should bother fans, and guarantee you those three who lost, Morecambe and myself and Becca and Aki and all that, really don't care. Claire mentioned it that she couldn't really give a toss. So it's just
It's different when you think of all the injuries you could get as well, and especially our squad. We're currently down to 20 because one is already injured. Like, it's not worth the risk taking in a cup game that you're not going to get any money from. It's pointless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, spending pounds Christmas, they put some more money into it, and teams probably would be. But it shouldn't be the first couple of weeks of this. It's the first week of the season, and you're going on about like the FA go on about all the time as well. Oh, we need to watch out for player burnout and all this stuff. We've got players who could be playing three lots of 90 in a week, in the first week of the season. So it doesn't make sense for me, to be honest. Should start in maybe October or something once the transfer window's done and teams have had chance to bed in and. The start of the league's important for everybody, isn't it? Get off to a good start and bring it in then. But I think it needs a little bit of a rethink, to be honest.
It was like for us last season. I think we got knocked out by Bradford, and it was like first round. the player fell over taking a penalty. Like, we ended up with quite a few injuries, and then we had, like, Tuesday, Liam Coyle looked like he tweaked his hamstring, and then we also had that Costello going off injured in 20 minutes. So that could be like either his season done, we don't know how bad it is, or if it's just a knock. So it's like, it's a bit of a nothing one. And we played Tranmere 4 times this season, 3 of which being away. But we've got them in, we had them Tuesday, we've got them in the, is it Bristol Street Motors now? The Pizza Truck, whatever it's called. We've got them in that. Then we've got them in regular league. So we played them 4 times. Never away from place.
Jen, did you want to talk about the Morecambe game in the Cup? You don't have to. It's up to you.
I fell asleep.
I love it.
6 o'clock in the morning, I got home and we just put it on TV and I saw that Harry was in there. And I've got nothing against Harry. I think he's a great goalkeeper, but he's not a first goalkeeper. Like the shots that they took, it could have been saved. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the team's just not gelling at the minute, considering there is 17, 18 new players.
Yeah.
But I think I'd rather be out of this cup and try and focus on the league at the minute than be bothered about a cup that not really anyone cares about. The only cup I care about is the FA Cup, because that's where the money is and that's where it's going to help bring in more players. And now, like I said, we have got one injured already. So we're already down to like 20 players. So it's already a struggle and we're only 1 game into the season. So I'd rather be out of this cup and focus on
I don't like the way they scatter the teams coming in as well. Like, you got like the Premier League teams, bar the ones that are in Europe come in at the next round, don't they?
Yeah.
And then the third round, you've got the the European teams coming in. And it's like, so you've played maybe 2 or 3 games, you've got a fresh team coming in. You're like, oh, what's the point? You know what I mean? Really?
Yeah, and then I saw the draw as well afterwards. And I know it doesn't count most of the time, but if we would have got through, we would have played Walsall away again. And it's like, what are you doing? We've already played them once, so we don't need to go again on a Tuesday night probably as well, when we're not going to take half of the fans that we would take at home. So I don't know. I'm just glad to be out of it. I wasn't really fussed about that game, to be honest.
I can't even remember I haven't even looked who we would have got. I'm just having a quick look now.
Ours was Leicester away. We would have had.
Oh, that would might be a good one though.
I can't even find Preston in the goddamn draw.
We
would have been away at Harrogate. Oh god!
No, you don't go there. Don't go there.
No, I'm
damn, that's what you could have had. Look what you could have won. This comment of Graham's as well. His name is genuinely Tyrese Anthony 2-pack Shakur Campbell.
Good effort.
Imagine having that printed on your shirt.
No.
To remortgage your house.
No. I know. Johnny has put, we have Barnsley away, and Ella has put, we could have had Barnsley away. And Simon's put, the only plus for us is that it's a home game. I think that's enough, isn't it, from the EFL Cup? Should we talk some proper games? We'll talk some proper football. So, yeah, in order of the graphics, it is the championship. So, Anne, do you want to talk about your game first?
You know what? I was just about to say, actually, we mentioned like the League Cup.
Yeah.
You've seen me on this pod show for the best part of 8 months, and I've been a miserable twat, right, for 8 months. Now,
well, I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to say anything.
Admit that, that I've been a miserable twat, and we win a game, and we have to start with the goddamn League Cup when we got beat. What's going on?
But I thought negative out of the way first, and then we'll.
All right, okay. Do you want to get some positivity? Who did we play again? Cardiff, wasn't it? Cardiff. Yeah. I was, because obviously I don't really watch pre-season. I like to have a break, especially after the Euros and stuff. You kind of get footballed out, don't you? So I had a bit of I didn't really pay attention to our pre-season. I watched a little bit of our last one, but not much. So I didn't really know what to expect. And I think a few of our fans were going down to we'll take a draw. We hit anybody at the first game of the season, you take a draw, don't you? But I was actually really impressed by us. I think we've got a really nice press to us now, where we're really like trying to charge teams down. We scored a nice first goal through Luke 09 from a set piece, which I could never remember us scoring from corners or free kicks or whatever last season, and we scored from a free kick, so that was good. Luke 09 banging it in. Cardiff, I thought were poor. I've got to be honest. Considering that was their first game and stuff, they just couldn't. They had a lot of the ball, but they just didn't dominate. They couldn't really get any shots in against us, which probably goes down how well we defended and everything like that. And then where we go and get a second goal on the break, again through Jack Clark. Really, really nice goal to be fair. And Joe Bellingham did really well. Running back, winning the ball, great tackle. Finds Clark, who just does what he does. Puts the ball into the bottom corner. 2-0, brilliant. We're off and running. First time we've won our first game of the season since somewhere like 1924 or something like that. I think it's been like 10, 12 years or something. But,
1924.
Yeah, something along those lines. We never win our first game of the season, and we have, but we've got a difficult one this week, and we've got Chef Wed at home, which it will be difficult, that one. Get on Regis. But yeah, he started well, to be fair to Regis. Like I said, I think he knows now. He definitely knows what his best 11 is, because the second 11 blew it on Tuesday night. So over the moon for him, to be fair. Over the moon for him to get his first goal, first win. And then we'll see what we can do on Sunday on to Chef Wed, which will be a very, very difficult game because they've obviously been on fire this week. So, which under Danny Rowe they're going to be. But for me, with that one, they beat a very poor Plymouth side. I did watch the game. I thought Plymouth were dreadful. So I think we'll obviously cause more problems, especially being our first home game, and the fans will want to be really want to be there, with the new home tops and the new away tops, really like getting on the lads' back. So I think it'll be a really good game and see what happens. But yeah, I'm for once on this podcast, I'm a happy chappy.
Yay! I feel like we should just end the show now.
End the season now.
To be fair, I did start off happy last year, and then it just went, didn't it? So
yeah, hopefully you'll keep being happy.
Fingers crossed.
That's why the EFL, we got out the way first, all the negativity this season, and then all positive, hopefully. Hopefully, anyway. My graphic just went and froze then. Any standout results there for you, Ben?
I think the one that probably stands out was Monday night's one, Burnley win against Luton. I think that's a fantastic start for them. I don't think probably anyone really fancied would have Burnley to go and win by that much. First game under Scott Parker, but yeah, I mean, they've sort of set the standards now a little bit, and I know everyone's sort of talking about they won't be up there, and it's still difficult to say because it's only one game we've played so far, but that's a massive result against a side that I personally backed to get promoted back to the Premier League, to be honest, Luton. I know they've lost a few players, they've got a few injuries, but that's not the great start because Kenilworth Road's a place where if they want to go back up or we get in the playoffs, then they've got to make that home form count, and it's obviously not after to the greatest start possible. But yeah, I think as Anne said as well, I think Sheffield Wednesday, I think they've basically carried on from where they finished at the end of last season, and that's a great result for them. And again, you start to ask questions. You think, well, maybe could they do something this year? Could they maybe be the dark horse of the Championship? I mean, yeah, let's get this right. Plymouth have been a very poor side, and I do expect them to be right down. And to be honest, I expect them to go down. Yeah. But it's still a way you can beat one who's in front of you, and winning 4-0 at home in the open day of the season will certainly give them a lot of confidence. So they're probably my two standout results from the Championship, I think, this week.
Yeah, definitely. They're both mine as well. Graham put, rarely do you see a 4-0 loss and the result still flattered Plymouth. They were lucky it was only 4. They were very, very poor. Aladis put as well, Plymouth away next season in League One, please. And
that's a nightmare of an away game, by the way.
I know.
Horrible. I've done it.
Really bad away game.
This made me laugh, bless Johnny, Sheffield United fan. We won 2-0 obviously against Preston, and we saw Ryan Lowe did get sacked, and he's put it was their first clean sheet since April 2023.
That was that game. I watched that game as well on Friday night, and I wasn't sure if Sheffield United were good and Preston were really bad. It was one of those ones, but it's important because obviously Sheffield United started on minus points, didn't they? So get that out the way first game of the season. They can look up. You know what I mean? They can see where they are, and they can look up from now on. But I mean, when you've got players like him are still there, they're going to have it. They're going to be there or thereabouts. But I'm still not sure on them yet. So, but yeah. I mean, Ryan Law lasting 2 days. I
know.
EFL. So, it was a strange one because I thought that might have happened last season. Not like if you're going to sack him at the end of the season. Not give him pre-season, lose one game, and then he comes right. I'm off.
Yes. We just got in the chat as well. Kieran has put, "Why do you think I'm not on this week's pod? I'm bloody miserable again."
I'm in the same situation as Kieran, and I'm here.
Exactly.
We're all depressed together.
Oh, we've got someone backstage.
Oh, here she is.
Claire, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Sorry I'm really late. I've just been working.
No, don't worry. It's all good.
Everyone's good?
Yeah, we're all good, thank you.
All good.
We're all good, thank you. Jen, is there any standout results for you in the Championship or any you want to talk about?
I think the Leeds and Portsmouth game,
Yes.
I think that was a very, very interesting game to watch because you were going into it thinking, Leeds are going to win this. It's going to be like a 2-3-0 win, and it ended up being 3-3, and it just felt like a proper game of football. Like it was constantly back and forth between both teams. And it's hard. It's hard. I feel sorry for Leeds because obviously they've lost a lot of great players, but they don't seem to have replaced them yet.
No.
You feel sorry for Leeds? Did I hear that right?
What?
You feel sorry for Leeds? Did I hear that right?
I like Leeds. I don't mind them. I think they're all right. But no, they've obviously lost some quality players and they haven't replaced them yet, so they need to fix that ASAP if they want to win the league.
Well, I'm just trying to process that you like Leeds, Jen.
I live like 2 hours from it. It's fine.
Rebecca, any standouts for you?
I mean, the Blackburn and Derby game, I didn't really expect that result when I started watching it. It was one of them I thought it'd be like a closer end result. I mean, I said in another podcast I thought Blackburn were going to struggle, and they seem to have proved me wrong with that match. It was 4 different goal scorers. It shows that they've got the talent that could do well within the Championship. I mean, Derby were getting back into it, but they just couldn't hold on to it, and it was just seemed to crumble when Blackburn just kept hitting back. And I mean, their second goal, it felt like just damage limitation at the end of it.
Yeah.
Thought Dolan had a very positive match, opening the scoring for Blackburn and getting one of many, I reckon, this season. He does seem like he could be a standout player again for them this season. And I think Blackburn could be making me eat my words from earlier on in the pod.
In your defence, though, Rebecca, you did say it, and then I know they did sign a couple of players like a few days later, so I will back you on that one, to be fair.
Thank you.
And they've managed to keep, obviously, good old Sammy, haven't they, at the minute? The transfer window is still open, but at the minute they have him.
And him getting on the score sheet, I think it's one of them. If they can keep him, then I think Blackburn are going to be... I don't know whether they're going to be up there, but I reckon they'll be safe and won't get dragged back into the relegation like last season.
Completely agree. There is... Someone agrees with you, Jen, by the way. Kieran.
Kieran likes me. It's all right.
But then again, it's the same kid that likes Gillingham away, so I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Claire, any standouts for you?
For me, it was Burnley, if I'm being honest, and I don't like Burnley. Everyone knows I don't like Burnley. But
sound like in-betweeners then.
Not Burnley. Burnley can fuck off. I really don't like Burnley, but I thought, for me, I predicted Luton to win the league, and I thought they gave it a really good fight last season. But Burnley were just horrific, weren't they? And I kind of expected that Luton would have won that one. But it shows such good intent from Scott Parker, obviously newly there. He's said that, it's a really hard job because he's basically got to come in and turn a club around that's had such a losing mentality.
Yep.
And do you know what? For the first match away from home at a promotion rival, I just think that's a really good result. Sorry, I don't know if you've already covered that one.
No, that's good. That's your standout one. I completely agree. I was shocked as well. One that did stand out for me, and Sam agrees. We've not mentioned it yet, but shout out to Oxford winning their opening match, fully deserved against Norwich. I mean, what a result for them as well, newly promoted.
Yeah. Apparently they were outstanding as well. Like a couple of lads I know who lived down in Oxford, like went to the game, said they were absolutely brilliant, and so it could have been any score really. But they were disappointed with Norwich. But apparently, Dealey is selling all of her shares, isn't she? Came out this week. Yeah, she's getting rid. Yeah, so that's going to be a little bit of an end of an era there, isn't it?
Wow.
And never forget when she ran the pitch pissed up that time.
Against Liverpool, wasn't
it? Someone who's just come in as well. We'll have to say hello to Luke. I'll read everyone. When's the National League slide coming up now? Yeah. It will be very, very soon. Don't you worry. I'm happy to be talking National League today. Crisp. I've got crisps on my mind. Crisp. Let's be having you. He's put.
I mean, there's worse things to be described as than crisps.
Exactly. I must just have crisps on my mind, to be honest. I'm quite hungry. I've still not had my tea yet. So I'm dreaming of crisps. So yeah, I don't think there's very much point really of going through the table right now.
Playoffs, come on.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. Finish the season now. I'll take that.
Yeah, I don't think there's very much point of going through it, but Sheffield Wednesday are top on 3 points. They've obviously got 4 goal difference. Below them in second, we have Burnley on 3 points. The playoffs right now consist of Blackburn in third, West Brom in fourth, Sunderland in fifth, and we've got a playoff spot.
Again, it's a top of the table clash on Sunday. Against Sheffield.
And Oxford in 6th with that last playoff spot. And then in relegation, which I'm not happy to see because Luton are in there. But it's only been 1 game. We have Preston, North End in 22nd, Luton Town in 23rd, and then Plymouth, Argyle in 24th.
Yeah, just very quickly as well on that Luton one, because I agreed with what both Ben and Claire said about Burnley, because all Burnley were excellent, but Luton had the entire back 4 out injured. So I think you've got to kind of wait until they get back. I mean, I think they had 18-year-olds playing fullback and playing a team like Burnley. It just wasn't going to happen for them, and they can just wait till they come back. I think they'll be absolutely fine, to be honest. I think all of our boy Rob Edwards is absolutely fine.
And if not, we'll happily comfort you, Rob. Just putting it out there.
I love you.
I'm a good friend. Sorry, it just came out that.
I can't wait to see if he just gets sacked this season. Shouted on Twitter, "This is for Rob Edwards."
This is for you, Rob.
You would like to come to Crown Oil.
Yeah. Or on this podcast. We'll make you feel right at home. I don't know how it just came out. Like, I shouldn't have said that. It just came out.
It's everywhere now. I was going to see it. It's going to watch it now. I'm just going to DM you on Twitter. That's it.
I'll get a restraining order. Just while we're on, obviously, the topic of crisp before we move on. Kieran has said, pickled onion monster munch. I just want to know what's everyone's favourite crisp. So joining in the chat, Ben, you're up first. What's your favourite pack of crisps?
Not that one. I can't stand pickled onion monster munch. Oh God, no. I don't know. I guess I'm pretty sort of, I guess, plain person, I guess, in terms of, I love a sour cream and onion Pringle person normally. That's probably my favourite.
That's not plain.
No, well, you know what I mean, like sort of generic, really, not like anything more out there, if you like. So I think probably sour cream and onion Pringles are probably my top one, I would say. It's not salt and vinegar. I like salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar are my favourite. Salt and vinegar Pringles, but the only thing is, because they're so like, they've got so much flavour, they blister my mouth.
Yeah. Salt and vinegar discos are the same.
Salt and vinegar crisp are my favourite. Like, I love them.
You know
All mini
what?
cheddars. Love
I
mini cheddars.
would class myself as a crisp super fan. Even now, like I'm 3 stone since May, I eat at least 2 bags of crisps a day. Imagine how much I would have lost without my crisp fetish.
Fetish.
I don't know why I said fetish. I meant
What?
Wow. Crisp fetish.
You learn something new on the podcast every day.
I know. Imagine doing your weekly shop with Claire down the crisp aisle. Yeah, Chris has put, Sam, clip it. You have to clip that now. Everyone will know about Claire's crisp fetish. And what's your go-to pack of crisps?
I've got nothing now after that. Mine's just gone jumbled.
You prefer chocolate now. Got a sweet tooth.
I'm a big McCoy's fan, so probably any McCoy's,
yes.
but I do like the salt and vinegar McCoy's. You mentioned before, like there's too much flavour in the Pringles and Discos, but the salt and vinegar McCoy's just get it bang on, don't they?
Yes, they're perfect for a crisp butty.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I used to always like barbecue flavoured hula hoops. Them on my hangover cure when I was young.
Off again.
Oh, where's the fucking moth?
It's the crisps.
Yeah. It's a crisp fetish.
You know what? With a crisp butty, I feel like crisp butty should only be cheese and onion crisps and white bread buttered with Lurpak.
See, I'm going to shock you now. I don't like cheese and onion.
I'm not overly keen.
No.
I feel like we've just
I'll tell you the reason for why as well, right? When I was 4, and I can always, because you remember, like, obviously, like, majority of crisp flavors are blue is salt and vinegar, isn't it? So I was like, obviously I was only 4, I was only little. I saw blue, saw crisps, bloody cheese and onion walkers, they were bloody minging, so I've never liked them since.
Do you know what? Have you ever tried potatoes?
What?
Potatoes.
Have I tried potatoes?
Potatoes. It's an Irish brand of crisps. They're called potatoes.
Oh, right now.
They're absolutely mega.
Oh, I really want some now. I'm just dreaming of crisps. Sorry, I just had a bit of a silence then, just dreaming about crisps. Yeah, Claire, what's your go-to pack of crisps? You have to pick one, just one. Just one.
No.
What?
I'm going to have a multi-pack of everything.
Yeah, good job. It's still one, isn't it? To be fair, it's one big bag of crisps.
Do you know what, actually? You know what I'm liking at the minute? Like Sainsbury's own onion rings.
Oh.
I don't like onion rings.
No, I don't like onion rings either.
And bacon fries as well.
I like them, yeah.
I don't.
And what else? Little crinklies, whatever they call them. Daisy says she takes after me. She wants like 10 bags of crisps a day, and then she cries when she's not allowed them. I feel that.
Do you cry when you're not allowed them, Claire?
Eh?
Do you cry when you're not allowed crisps?
I mean, I could do.
Sam, can I have some crisps? Nah. You and Daisy crying in the corner.
And Sam there with all these bags of crisps. Like, wah.
It's not they're eating him really slowly.
I will answer for my Sam though. His favourite are definitely those like Texas barbecue Pringles.
Yeah, I like that.
Very good, actually, yeah.
Oh, Deepe's nailed it. Seabrook's crisps, unreal. Remember the
Seabrook.
Canadian ham ones?
Yes.
Oh my word. They've got rid of them, haven't they? But they were unreal.
What's that?
Canadian ham Seabrooks. They were absolutely magnificent.
Seabrook.
Seabrook. Sorry, Seabrook.
Yeah, Just more context on this comment as well. I don't know if anyone watched Monday's podcast, but Josh kept zooming in on us all on camera. And we've realised that Lucas on our Premier League podcast could get us so much money selling calendars because he just looked so handsome the other night. So that is the context of that one, isn't it, Rebecca?
It was when Josh started playing the music because it just slowly went on to it.
Yeah. So funny. Rebecca, what's your go-to pack of crisp as well? And I will put up everyone's in the chat.
The Thai sweet chili sensations.
That's a good shout.
Posh.
I know. I can't afford them. So if anyone wants to dip us so I can get a bag, you can buy Lucas's calendar on. Oh man, we were doing so well. Jen, what's yours?
I'd probably say Dorito chili heatwave ones.
Oh, they're nice. Yeah, I like them.
Shout. That's a really good shout. So even the cheesy ones are nice though.
Yeah,
and the
all the Doritos.
Oh, any of them.
Yeah.
See, I should be on a crisp podcast, not a football one.
Well, we can make one. Absolute crisps. Yeah, let's do it.
We could have like in pre-season when we're like struggling with things to talk about. We can have like a quiz or something.
When our teams are shy.
I've just come up with a really good idea. The next like meet up, I'll do a crisp quiz, and you have to all guess the flavour.
Can we have just a big crisp treasure hunt?
Yeah.
So we're just like knees deep in crisp.
Yeah. A bath of crisps, no problem, madame.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, I'm just daydreaming about Chris now. I really don't want to talk about League One now. Sorry to all the League One fans that wanted to join us for football. Oh, yeah, I forgot to stop Potter in League One. Let's get on to League One. I mean, do you know what, actually, Claire? You talk to us about your game.
So it was really good. The last time we won on our first day of the season was in 2018. So it's been a while and nobody really expected it. But as you all know, I have tipped Cambridge to get relegated. And I'm even more of that opinion now. They were absolutely awful. So they had slightly more possession than us, but it was all in their own half. Like, they didn't really threaten that much. Keeper made like one good save. But it took us only 5 minutes to get our first goal. And me too. And it was just such a good goal by Louis Barry. I don't know if you all saw it.
Yeah, it was a bang.
Go on.
Did it?
Louis Barry. Yes. No, it was just like a dream. Like, we were just in shock because I feel like at the time we didn't appreciate just how good it was. Like, noticing in that short space of time that the goalie is off his line, and just the getting into the space to have that shot and like being unmarked. Oh, it was just a beauty, wasn't it? Have you all seen it?
Yeah, it's a cracking goal. Yeah.
What a goal. Like, contender for goal of the season. Like, for your first goal of the season. Like, wow. But then we carried on like with good pressure. We hit the woodwork and the keeper made a couple of really good saves. And then Kyle Wootton put us 2-0 up in like the 76th minute. It was absolutely like buzzing, pandemonium everywhere. It was just a really, really good result for us. Like I said, we never win on the first day of the season. We always start really badly. And the most pleasing thing about it was coming into that game, we had 10 injuries, which is not pleasing, obviously, but like to do that without like your Tanto, your Kyle Noyle, some of your better players, it was just incredible. And I just think, imagine when they come back. We've got another player injured that day. Should hopefully be all right for the weekend. It's just a bit of soft tissue. And then another of our players got injured on Tuesday night when we pretty much put all of our kids out apart from a couple against Blackburn. Yeah, another one injured. So we've got 12 injured at the moment. So Blackpool away Saturday. But you know what? It's what it is.
Richard O'Donnell, you get to see him.
I'm not going. I can't go. I'm on call.
Oh.
Sam's going. But what I would just like to say is Lewis Bay is going to be one hell of a player. What an absolutely brilliant debut before he went off injured. He's 21 and he's been named our captain. So I think, you know, it just shows how highly Dave Challoner regards him. Jack Diamond, I know he's had all his battles outside of football, but hopefully it's the club to get him back on the right path now. He looks so dangerous. I think just lacking a little bit in sort of end products, but given what's happened, you can kind of understand that and hope that it comes good. And I'm pretty sure he will. But like even Corey Adai in net, like I was gutted for Ben because Ben's been our number one since 2016. And I thought he really had the I thought he should have started on Saturday. I thought given everything he's done for the club, like it should be him starting. And I said to you lot, I think he'll start the season and Adai will finish the season. But I do feel sorry for him, and it kind of just shows me even more there's no room for sentiment in a progressive football club. And as much as we love Ben, I think it's not the future. Obviously, he can't be his 30, coming up 37. But
it's a step up as well, Claire, as well. It's a step up, you know, and if he's not good enough...
I do get that. I just feel a bit sorry for him, given what he's done. And the fact that Mark stopped made such a big deal of the fact that we need to give him a 2-year contract so we can get his 10-year testimonial, all that. I did feel sorry for him. But like I say, sentimentality is not there when you're progressing. So I do understand the decision. And you could tell why, because Corey Adai is just massive. He's a unit. And he was he's just so tall, like a corner, nothing's going past him. So I'm excited for having him in the future, but I was just a bit sad for him. But very, very, very good start to this season. Very good start.
Don't be mentioning any players that are progressing, because remember Peterborough, remember my theory, they'll come and get them.
There's still time.
No.
Oh, they won't make such a sideways step.
True, that is true. So true. And if Ben Hinchcliffe ever wants to come on loan anywhere, just pick up Dale.
Hinchcliffe, darling.
Same. You know what I'm like with pronunciations. Same thing.
Do you know what? Everyone used to call him when he first joined Hinchcliffe. And like our announcer now is going, Ben Hinchcliffe.
Ben Hinchcliffe. If he ever wants to come on loan, you know where
I'm back.
As well, just before Ant put this in the chat, Ipswich have just agreed a fee with Blackburn for...
They went in twice for some reason. I don't know why. I only
you were so excited to talk about it.
I only typed it once.
Like, so strange that Blackburn played him in the Carabao Cup the other day, because they must have known that was going to happen. But it's too good for Blackburn.
This as well.
Oh, wow.
This was quite good.
Yeah, I think that's a really good sign. I
Very good
know
signing.
when I talk in Premier League, but I think that's a really good sign for Ipswich.
Very good signing.
I agree with you about Schmodic, so I can't, because he never started on Friday. He came off the bench, didn't he? And he came on, set up 2, scored 1. All right, that's probably his like last hurrah, because he was obvious he was going to be leaving.
Yeah.
But why risk him? You know, if he's out injured there for 3 or 4 months, gets injured or something, like say 3 or 4 months, they're going to lose that £9 million. You know, and that might sort Blackburn out this year. They won't spend it on any money. Venky's will probably put it towards some crap. You know what I mean? But they won't put it on for players on the pitch. They'll probably keep it. To be honest, there's no chance they'll spend that money. But no, it's good for him. Good to see him get a move, get a Premier League as well, because this probably his only chance. I think he's 28. Yeah. You know what I mean? This will be his one shot. So fingers crossed he can do it.
I think, given the fact he was Championship top goal scorer,
in that team as well, was Blackburn shocking last year. Yeah,
but it deserves the opportunity to have a shot at it. You know, I think he'll score quite a few goals.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just
all right.
Into your Twitter friend.
No. What's that?
Is he not your Twitter friend?
There's some people who follow me on Twitter, yeah. Richard has put as well in the chat. He just wants to know what teams we all support, so we will go around. Richard is obviously a new viewer. I'm a Rochdale fan, so I'll get that out of the way. Ben, you go next.
Support Maidstone United.
And
Sunderland, as you can tell.
Hi, I'm a Stockport fan, and apologies in advance because I've just seen your little pictures QPR, and I do call them QP haha.
We won't be seeing Richard again.
Yeah.
Ruined it now.
Rebecca.
I'm Accrington Stanley.
And Jen.
I'm Markham.
Thank you so much as well for obviously coming in. I love seeing new people come in, and please have your say if you want to talk about football or your own team. We are on every Thursday, so please feel free.
Please subscribe because we want paying for this at some point. Charlotte wants to afford some sensations.
I want to buy some sensations. I know, I'm sick of the cheap crisp. I want sensations in my life. Feel like all you lot are being spoiled now. Obviously, we have Aled in the chat, and he's our Wrexham fan, and he has put before we do speak about any other games. I expected a tough game against Wickham, a side who finished about 10th last season. Thought we would edge it by a goal. So glad we got the win over the line, and what a wonder goal from Marriott.
Yeah, it was a great goal.
Yeah, it was a good goal, that.
He's also put as well, talking about winning on their opening day, it's rare that all four promoted sides from League 2 to League 1 win on the opening game. I saw that as well. That was brilliant. What a start.
Wasn't a lot of shocks in League 1? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Birmingham didn't win, did they? And they got a dodgy penalty, didn't they, to get them back in? But there was a few ones where you looked at thinking, I think Barnsley lost at home as well, didn't they? Did they lose to Mansfield?
Yeah, if we did, we'll go to that now.
There's a lot of
we will go to that now. So, Anne, I will ask you first. What is the standout one for you?
Probably the one I was expecting to win would have been Birmingham. Where are they? I know they drew, but I can't remember who they drew. Reading, that's the one. Yeah, second one down. It's the only one that's in white, and my eyes have gone. So, but Reading should have been 2-0 up because Reading's goal scorer Shard's one of those ones where you need to pronounce his name.
Oh, is
because
it?
It's one of them really long names. Let me go. And they probably should have got a couple. They probably should have got a couple more as well. And Birmingham just struggled to get into, like I said, the League 1. Everyone they're going to play this year. We said it last week, didn't we? There is going to be like a cup final, and they're going to and every team's going to treat it like that. And Reading did a really, really good job of, frustrating Birmingham. And it only took a penalty, which I thought was a disgraceful decision. It hits the Reading player, I think, kind of here on the arm, and he can't really get out of the way of it. And the ref straight away was like, penalty, like, Howie, man. You know what I mean? It was
Howie, man.
You know what I mean? It was just a shocking decision, absolutely shocking. But fair play to them, and I think Birmingham have got that awakening straight away on the first game. Yep. That it's not going to be as easy as I thought.
That I cannot pronounce that name. Not a chance.
I think it's like a Betchaman or something, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that it? A Betchaman?
I don't know. It's something along those lines.
A Betchaman. Lucas put as well. Aye, man. How are you?
So, Yeah, so with that, like the Geordies say Howe like that with an O, and we say Howe because we say it properly.
Oh, it's getting nasty.
You're right. You're right with what you're saying, and I think, well, I hope that Reading have a much more positive season. I really hope they do.
Yeah.
Ben, any standouts for you?
I think we've got to look at probably Crawley Town getting off to a winning start. I don't think we probably expected that against probably one of the playoff hopefuls in Blackpool. I mean, considering they lost key players over the summer, I think that's a fantastic start for them. So, and that's the thing. I think it's at this stage of the season, especially for the ones that maybe been tipped to go down, it's better to just get as many points as you can on the board early on to at least set the tone, and it just maybe eases the pressure a little bit. That's a fantastic start crew. I don't think they could have dreamt anything better, to be honest. And I guess as well, actually, probably Rotherham's defeat at Exeter City. Rotherham, again, one of the strongly tipped favourites to go straight back up, as they always are when they come back down to League One. They obviously not after, I think it was a goal midway through the second half and they conceded. So, a bit of work for them to do. And that's the thing is we were talking about it's a fair amount of shocks, in League One to start off with, probably results we didn't expect. And like I say, fair play to all the promoted sides that, they've got off to that winning start because League One's a massive step up from League Two. 100%. So, a massive credit to all four of them to doing that. So, it might even set the tone for it. Who knows?
Jen?
Yeah, I was going to say Wrexham. I think it's good that obviously they're getting off to a good start at the minute, especially going up. Like, the difference from League Two to League One is insane. And I know firsthand what it's like to be in League One. So I think it's good that obviously Wrexham and Stockport have got off to the winning start that they need to be in that league. So I'm happy for both of them.
Fuck you, Wrexham.
Still be out in my league anymore.
Only joking.
Rebecca?
I mean, the Lincoln and Burton match, Lincoln have become a League One side on the podcast. 86th minute winner for Lincoln. It's this great start for them. I mean, it was an entertaining match for an outsider and just as someone that was watching it. I mean, to have 5 goals in the one of the opening matches, it was a really entertaining one. Lincoln were unfortunate to concede the first one. I mean, it was like a bit of pinball between the two defenders, and then Burton were just able to capitalise on it, and it was a really good one. O'Connor was a standout for Lincoln. He got 2 goals in the match. They are still without Ethan Hamilton, and he has been out since last season, I believe, and it was midway through last season, so it is quite a long-standing injury, it seems, with him. But yeah, it's a great start for Lincoln, and I mean, last season they were just outside playoffs, I think it was, but they did go on a really good run. So if they carry on the way that they can go, then I think that they could be up there. But I mean, it's one match and it's just a positive start for them.
Definitely. Just for Simon as well, he obviously mentioned that comment. So I will say my standout result is Leyton Orient 1, Bolton Wanderers 2, just for you, Simon. Bolton. But obviously in the chat we do have some League One fans. So Shawnee, bless him, he's a Northampton fan, and they got beat 1-0 to Bristol Rovers, and he has put, "Don't get me started on our game. We had quite a few chances but couldn't finish them. And then a shocking refereeing decision that led to us conceding in the 92nd minute."
Yeah, it was Alpha Corner or something, and it went out off a Bristol Rovers player, something along those lines. I think that was the really big controversial one in League One. It was something really daft, but it's League One referees, man, the crap. Just awful.
As well, we've obviously got Graham. He's our Charlton fan, and he is happy. He's put, "We're in green, a sight I'm not used to after last season." And he also put, "2 problems we had last year were away wins and clean sheets, and we managed both on day one. Very impressed with our performance. Deserve the win against a fellow promotion rival." Oh, I'm so glad. So glad for Graham, and I'm so glad Graham's back talking with us as well, because we have missed you. We have missed you. Stacey as well Hi, Stace. Hope you're okay. She's put, we did well. Yeah, National League ones aren't much better as well, to be honest.
To be fair, Simon's hitting on the head there. All EFL rest.
Yeah.
There's not very many. You know. Like, probably the best one, Rebecca Welsh. And we're not allowed her because she's a Sunderland fan. Yeah, she's from Washington, yeah.
Oh, bless him. Graham's put, he's feeling the love. And I think this one is for me, what Lucas put. Fulham Wanderers and Barnsley.
So, that's my standout, to be honest. Mansfield getting the win on Friday night at Barnsley. Because, again, another team you expect to be, you know, right up there come the end of the season. I was surprised, I can't lie, but Mansfield completely deserved it. I'm just gonna disappear while I kill this moth.
No problem. My standout one as well, because you all know I am salty and I've still not got over it. So it's Huddersfield Town beating Peterborough 2-0. But to be fair, in my predictions, I did have Huddersfield to go up. I think it was in the playoffs. I think Huddersfield will do pretty well this season and be around near the top. And yeah, I'm still fuming about Cian Hayes. So yeah, that was my standout one.
Did he get on? Did he play or not?
It definitely played in the cup. But I don't know. To be honest, I said I wouldn't mention him, and yeah. I just thought I'd get his name out of the way now, and I'm over him. So over him. He was so last season. But if he ever wanted to come back on loan, I would happily take it. Just put it out there. We have got as well in the chat, Stacey's put National League I thought were awful. League Two were probably worse. And then she's put, I can't judge League One refs yet, only had one game back in it. Graham's put Mansfield deserved that win too. They played really well. Apparently Cian Hayes did come off the bench. It would have been a starter if he played for us, but we don't need him anymore. We have got Toby Adebayo rolling, and we've got Taryn Alakaraya. I think his name is how we pronounce it. So yeah. So last season, best player on Saturday was Hayes. Nah. I don't think so. I booed as he came on. Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you. Appreciate it. I would appreciate it as well, Claire, when he does come to Stockport County, if you could just give him a boo from me.
Yeah, what I'll do, because I sit right near the front, I'll like scream something really obnoxious when he's about to hit the ball to stop him.
No. Do you know what? I couldn't even bear anyone doing that to him, to be fair, because he's so nice. Like, I've met him a couple of times and he comes across as such a nice lad as well. So I actually wouldn't want that for him. And if he is watching or comes across this podcast, we love you really, Cian. I'm just a little bit
I think you should sing the song to him, Claire.
Yeah,
sing the song to him.
Oh yeah, then he'd definitely bloody go and hide.
Oh, Graham's put as well, Mr. Greg Steve Evans has been charged by the FA already after game one. New season, same Evans. Ooh.
Yeah, foul and abusive language, apparently. Directed at an official.
Who's doing that? No chance.
Obviously, like I mentioned in the Championship, not really anything to go about right now, but the table, as it stands at the minute, we have Huddersfield, who are top. Then we have Stockport County, who are second. So as it stands, Claire, you're getting promoted.
Stop the count!
In the playoffs, we have Lincoln City in third. We have Wrexham in fourth, so they made the playoffs. Bolton Wanderers in fifth. And we have Mansfield Town in sixth. And then in relegation, we have... Oh, I'm liking that relegation. We have in 21st, Shrewsbury. We have in 22nd, Wigan Athletic. Cambridge United in 23rd. And unfortunately for them, Peterborough should have got better recruitment, guys. And not we have Peterborough on the table. I am only joking, by the way, if there is any Peterborough fans in here who are watching on catch up. No, I actually am. It's just a joke. It is just a joke, I promise. League Two. Rebecca, Jen, who wants to start first with your teams?
Not me.
Rebecca.
Well, I mean,
you go, girl.
Do I have to?
Rock, paper, scissors it if you want.
It's fine. I'll get it over and done with. I mean, getting beat 4-1 first match at season, it's a bit of a blow, but I mean, going into it, we didn't really know what to expect. We only had 4 players that were in the squad last season starting. So it's like for us, we didn't actually know what we were going to see on the pitch. And you would have been happy, Donald Love did start.
Yeah, and your messages, didn't you? I don't know which one he is.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, so we knew it would be a difficult one, especially with how Doncaster ended the season. I mean, was it like 10 matches in a row they went on to win, and it was just like, didn't know if they could continue that run, and clearly they did. We were quite evenly matched for the first 15 minutes, and it was one of them. I didn't think I'd missed Aki and like being at football as much as I did until you're back in it. You get the chance going and you're like, yeah, I'm back and I'm happy now. Because we weren't even meant to be going Tranmere, even though we got beat 4-1. We're like, let's still go. Well, that aged well, didn't it? But no, both sides were evenly matched for the first 15, and it was a positive performance from us, especially compared to pre-season. I mean, we only won 1 pre-season match, and that was behind closed doors against Blackpool. So we don't actually know if it happened. We've just been told. But we did have a few chances, and one of our standouts was Tyler Walton. He made his EFL debut, made his Aki debut, and he does look like a very strong player, and he doesn't seem to be, especially like to be able to score against Doncaster, he doesn't seem like he's going to struggle moving up from national to EFL. He slotted in really well, and we did see that with quite a few of our new players. I mean, Doncaster did score 2 worldies, and I think it went downhill from there. I mean, there were no
I'm going to ban him.
I will say that is actually true. I mean, he's not a great footballer at all, but he is one good-looking man. Like,
I thought you were saying Donald.
He's got a different way.
Donald Love.
Donald what?
But yeah, it was just we just struggled to be able to find a way back into it. There were quite a few mistakes from us. I think there was one moment where I think it was Seb made a bit of a mistake, and all of a sudden he wasn't facing the crowd, but you could just see like the head go back as soon as it hit crossbar, and he's like, oh, thank God for that. So there were like a couple of like iffy moments from quite a few of the players, but I mean, it's first match, new team, different manager to start the season, but we did see subs being made earlier, which is completely different to last season. Like, we'd wait till at least the 91st minute to be able to make a sub. But, I mean, 3 shots on target for us. 3 shots, 2 on target compared to the 13 and 4 on target. So we were outmatched with that. But hopefully back home on Saturday, I think that's what we need. Just regroup, reconnect, get fans behind them at home, and hopefully get a first win against Harrogate.
To be fair, though, better like we mentioned before with Louis Barry's brilliant goal and Jack Marriage's brilliant goal. I mean, Luke, was his first goal or his second one where, you know, he arrows it into the corner? I mean, that's a fantastic strike.
Yeah.
Wonderful strike. I mean, if you could have lose to a goal like that, such a good goal.
Yeah, that's what we thought. But like a positive for us was just being able to score. And I feel as though like that was one of the main things that we can take away from it is we were able to score, and Sean Morley's still doing what he does best, like getting the crosses in. Even I think he's like 38 now, and he's still one of our standout players. So yeah, hopefully regroup and go again Saturday.
In the chat as well, we do have Danny, who's a Doncaster fan, and he's put, we played poor for the first 10 in both halves, stepped up a gear, our depth showed in the end.
No.
Jen?
I generally don't know what to say, if I'm honest. Like, it feels like we don't look like we have someone that's going to score goals, basically. It looks terrible at the minute. I think as well, Walsall are a very, very dirty team.
They always have been, haven't they, Walsall?
They nearly took our goalkeeper out, and I basically shit myself because if Streamore goes down again, Can't be dealing with that. And then obviously George Ray, who is now out injured for 1 to 3 months, was tackled very, very badly. So now he's out injured for 1 to 3 months. So we've already lost one player. Yeah, it's difficult to be positive with Markham at the minute, but we are back at home on Saturday. I'm working, so I won't be going. But I'm hoping that the home crowd gets behind them and supports them, because obviously they're all a brand new team. They're all like learning and gelling with each other and learning people's positions and stuff like that. So I think it's difficult at the minute, but everyone's trying to be positive and stay positive, and hopefully we'll be able to bring in a few more players. But again, I think the budget's gone for the season already. So it's just trying to see what we can do with these players, and if needed, bring up some of our academy lads, because we have some talent down there and we could definitely use them in the first team. But I think it's just the main thing we need to do is sell this club, because if we sell it, we'll have money in and we'll be able to buy more players and have more people to help injured players out, because having 20 players after one game is really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers bloody crossed, Jen.
I know.
I don't think it's happening.
Oh, really hope it goes well, though. Hopefully it just takes time for them to gel together, like you said.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. And home crowd behind them, like you mentioned as well. So think positive. If I can be positive, anyone can be positive.
Yeah.
We did have some breaking news as well in the chat. Collars put, Jill's fan here, good to see us win our first game, and they've just signed Bradley Dack today.
Have you seen his hair?
Speak about that. I know.
He's got bleached blonde hair now. Is Bradley Dack?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, ITV must have been good at that. They're losing one of the most popular presenters in the television program at the moment. But I mean, yeah, it's his level. I think, you know, obviously seeing him at Sunderland last year, he struggled.
Bleached blonde hair.
He's got bleached blonde hair. Yeah,
oh my God.
I mean, he does. To be fair to him, he looks amazing, but it is bleached blonde. So good. Yeah, good luck. I don't hold any massive problem against Bradley Dack. He just wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So fingers crossed he does well at Gillingham. It's a great signing for them. Like if he can get back to his form he was at Blackburn, he'd be spot on. So fingers crossed for him.
I did read a tweet from some Accrington fans in regards to Bradley Dack going to Gillingham and Billy Sharp's at Doncaster, and it's like I think Jen will be able to relate to this one. It's like how Kozaki is struggling money-wise as well, with like the owner openly coming out. It's like, how are we meant to compete against them being able to sign them too? And we're struggling to even be able to sign like non-league and like, well, National League and even like North and South, and we're struggling to be able to fund them. And it's like it's the complete like opposite in League Two of what you've got with like Gillingham and then to us.
Yeah, and we played Gillingham on Saturday, so we'll probably lose.
Just a question for Carl as well. Hopefully he's still here. How did Carlisle look? Because I mean that's a really good result for Gillingham on Saturday. But I must admit, another one is like I expected Carlisle to be doing quite well as well. Like both of you challenging up there, so I'd be keen to know how it went down.
Definitely. In the chat as well, obviously, we do have Dietra, and she's a Bradford fan. I will say this first. Simon did put the franchise lost, woohoo. And obviously, Dietra put in the chat, I'm absolutely buzzing, honestly. Couldn't believe it. Alex Pattison, with a wonderful strike and an own goal, made it 2-0 after 5 minutes. And then in the 20th minute, MK Dunn scored. And then she put, great 3 points against one of the favourites. And I think this is to you, Claire. Collars put, Carlisle should have been in front, but we were better than them by a mile in the second half.
That's good. At least you're not having all those bloody 1-0 games now.
Ben, I'll come to you first. Any standouts for you?
I think a massive credit, and it pains me to say it. I mean, I would have probably said the Gills win over Carlisle. I think that's a stepping stone for them, and it's good to see the American owners' money's finally starting to pay off now 2 years later. But I'm not bitter by the way, Colin. Obviously, you're new in here. Clearly, I'm a Stoke fan, so I'm going to be a bit bitter about it. But yeah, I mean, as well, massive credit to Bromley getting their first win in the EFL on the opening day, and of course, their first goal scorer had to be Michael Cheek, didn't it? I mean, everyone talks about would he make the step up from National League to Leeds, so it was his first time in here, but was again right place, right time for his goal. And yeah, everyone's talking about them maybe potentially going down. I still think they'll be okay. I do think they'll be bottom half of the table, but I don't think they'll go down. I think they've got enough resources there. It's a very good setup at Bromley. It is. The owners put a lot of time and money into that club, and if they were to go down, it'd be a disaster for them this year. So yeah, big credit to them getting open win against Harrogate. I mean, again, it could have maybe been one of the biggest sides in the division. Might have been looked a bit more impressive because Harrogate have played enough times in the National League. But either way, Harrogate have had a few seasons now at this level, so they're an established club now. So for Bromley to go and do that away from home in the first game of the season, and fair play to them.
This made me laugh from Sam. He's put Cheltenham scoring 3 goals took them until October to do that last season.
It was actually November.
Graham put as well, Gillingham and Bromley winning, me smiling through gritted teeth.
I think it's like Graham, don't worry.
Anne, is there any standouts for you or any you want to talk about on
I think we obviously mentioned the Bradford game. I was so chuffed because I really fancy Bradford this season to go up, and obviously Deeply who was on every week on here, and me and I've been talking on Twitter because she sent us a video of the Bradford versus Sunderland game, which was really nice about one of our players. So I was like, yeah, class. Fingers crossed there. Bradford do really well. Probably that one, or looking up Cheltenham 3, Newport County 2, just for Kieran deciding that he no longer likes football anymore and doesn't want to come on this podcast. So fair play.
Just while you're talking as well, Aunt Graham's foot, does this mean your Christmas tree is going up next week?
It's never gone back in, man. But no. None of them silly bets this season.
Oh, damn.
Damn it.
I know. Claire, any standouts for you on League Two?
So I have a couple. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry.
Obviously, starting off strong with a 0-0. No, I'm joking. Doncaster. I'm sorry, Rebecca, but Doncaster are like my big shout for this season. I think they're going to do really, really well. And it's 4-1 on the opening day is just a great result for them. And it can give them a lot of confidence. And the second one for me, obviously, a good old Jimmy fucking Ball was on the score sheet. I absolutely adore Jimmy Ball. Just such a lovely person. So for that reason, and the fact that they've got quite a lot of ex-county players, I really want Wimbledon to do well. I think Colchester will be all right this season. So for Wimbledon to take that game 4-2, I just think it's such a good start for them. But then again, I know they started strong last season, like they didn't get beat at home for a good while. Tell the good old Stockport up to be down. No, I just think, I think that Wimbledon result's really good.
Rebecca, Jen, is there any other ones that you think stand out what we haven't mentioned? Or
I know you've mentioned it, but Gillingham, just for me, Jack Nolan scoring in his his first start in the league for him. I mean, he did it with us, and he is a huge miss, and we have seen that. But just as much as it pains you, it is good to see him doing what they do best at other clubs. And I mean, fair play to Gillingham. It was a good score for them, and they're I think I had them as favourites to win the league in my prediction. So if they keep that up, then I'm happy.
In the chat as well, Paul has put that he thinks Doncaster will get the title. We've got as well, Russ has put, evening everyone. Evening, Russ. Hope you're okay. League Two table. So as it stands at the minute, we have Doncaster who are top, Then we have Gillingham in second, AFC Wimbledon in third. In the playoffs, we have Bromley in fourth, Port Vale fifth, Cheltenham in sixth, Bradford in seventh, and then at the bottom of the table, we have Accrington Stanley in 23rd and Carlisle United in 24th. But obviously, it is only the first game of the season, so it may change.
Just turn it upside down, you're second in the table.
I keep saying that. I do that all the time with F1 because my favourite driver is currently rock bottom. So it's like, you reverse that, he's winning. You reverse this, we're second. Just live my life upside down now.
Graham's put the only way is up though, Rebecca.
Well,
if you go one down first.
Technically, he's wrong there because there's still one more position.
So yeah, National League. So we will talk National League. I will just talk about it in general first. Ben, is there any standouts for you in National League?
Well, I know you're going to come onto it, and I ain't just saying it because I'm taking the piss. But Rochdale's winning at Boston. That's a great start because Boston coming up, newly promoted side, had the momentum at home, and for Dales to go and do that after obviously all the struggles they had at the end of last season, and to get off to a 3-0 victory, that sets the tone, I think, and that certainly gives you some momentum. So yeah, that's a big one. But obviously, as Mr. Luke is probably going to be mentioned in the comment section, against the Fleet, good on you lads, well done. 5-1 the opening day, and again continuing from where they left off last season. And I think I predict that they will do really well this season. Gateshead, I think they'll be in the playoffs, this time, obviously, as long as they can compete. And yeah, I don't think I probably expected Absolutely not to go and get anything there. I still think they'll go down this year, but even still, Gateshead to score 5 goals in the opening day. Yeah, absolute credit to them. So yeah, that's probably the 2 real standouts of the weekend.
We can be friends again now. I mean, last time you had no faith in us whatsoever, so we're back on good terms now, Ben. I'm only joking. He knows that I love him, really. Aled as well. I mean, I am feeling the love. I mean, one game and we've won. And as you mentioned, Dan, and you mentioned Claire as well, I think it was the first time since 2017 that we won first game of the season. So a bit of a record for us as well.
I can remember that game, funnily enough, Charlotte. I think I can remember that game where you were away to Portsmouth.
Probably.
I think it might have been,
Yeah, probably. But do you know what? I will get it out the way for everyone. I will talk about Dale. We did win, and do you know what? It was some really, really good attacking football. A lot of last season, our fans were getting really frustrated because it was the possession-based football. And I just said, give Jim McNulty time. Let him get the players in the right positions. It did well last season with the resources and the players and everything that he had. If you give him the finances, get him the right players, Jim McNulty will cook. And I know it's the first game of the season, but some of the players he has brought in who he has managed to keep as well. And it just looked really exciting, the football we were playing. And I know it was obviously against Boston, who have come up to National League again. I know it was first game, but we looked really exciting. We were playing some really good stuff. We never really felt like we were under pressure, or we never really felt like we were going to go a goal like behind, or they were ever going to get a goal back. We were always like the main team, and we dominated play as well, which was just fantastic. And obviously Devante Rodney, he got 2 goals. You know my love for Devante Rodney and how excited I am for him this season, because all the struggles he went through last season, and he looks a completely different player. He looks so up for it as well. He's just signed obviously his 2-year contract with us, so that's really exciting. Aaron Henry in midfield as well, who Graham will know quite well. We do have him on loan from Charlton, and what a difference he makes. He's absolutely fantastic. And for our 3rd goal, he actually had a shot and it just hit the crossbar, a really powerful shot. And who's going to be there to finish it off? Ian Henderson, 2 minutes coming on the pitch as a sub, came on, got the header, and yeah, that was 3-0. But just the whole game in general, it was just really exciting and really good to see. And as a Rochdale fan, and just the struggles we had last season and seeing how positive and even our bench as well. Look at our bench compared to last season, and we've got so many like exciting players. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this season because I just feel like there's no pressure at all, like off the pitch. It's a new clean slate. Obviously, Jim McNulty has managed to get resources behind him, and we've got all these players. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. I mean, in a few weeks' time, I might not be. I might be on a rant, but right now, after everything last season, I'm just really happy about it. But I mentioned to everyone as well. If you are looking just to have like a bit of fun, please back Devante Rodney, because honestly, I think he will have a very, very, very good season. Like, I honestly, like, it just looks like a completely new player. And him and Cairo Mitchell up front, he really brings out the best out of Cairo Mitchell. And I think that's why he really struggled last season, Cairo. And just seeing them up front together, and yeah. But not just that, coming out of the club now is some really exciting things, because obviously it is sad. It's Ian Henderson's last season. He is having a testimonial season. But they're bringing out a new specialised Ian Henderson kit as well, especially for his testimonial, which I'm really looking forward to. They're planning some really fun things as well. So there's going to be a night with Ian Henderson. There's going to be a night with his ex-teammate. So obviously a lot of the ex-footballers, obviously Keith Hill will be there as well, I think. So that should be a good night. They're doing a golf day as well, so you can go and play golf with Hendo. I can't play golf, but I'm tempted to do it just for the bands. And obviously they are going to have his very own testimonial football match as well. So I'm really excited. As much as it is going to be really emotional, I'm so excited just to see him. And yeah, all good at Dale. All good at the minute. Any other standout results for anyone in National League?
Hartlepool going all the way down to Yeovil. That's a horrendous trip, that. And winning 1-0's fair play to Hartlepool on that one. Like, that's not a good trip at all.
Just going back to the chat as well, I forgot we have Luke's comments. I've just blabbed on and I've not even let him have his say. So obviously, as we all know, Gateshead 5, Ebbsfleet 1. He has put Ebbsfleet at home some way to our opening our season with an impressive 5-1 win. We were just fantastic out there against a really poor Ebbsfleet side. I couldn't be any more happier going forward. And then he's put, we've got Woking away on Saturday and then Halifax at home on Tuesday. Both two bogey sides that we cannot beat. Haven't scored against Halifax in over 5 years and never beat Woking since March 2017. You never know, Luke. It's a new season.
Yeah.
New season.
Halifax had a good result, didn't they? Beating Barnet, even though they spelt wrong. Halifax. There's an I missing there. But, yeah, that's a great result.
Keeping you all on your toes. We're seeing if you're actually paying attention. And you get a prize. You get a bag of crisps next time.
Yeah.
It's not sensations.
No,
Rebecca will get you them. There's a lot of people obviously mentioning Forest Green as well. So the Aldershot Forest Green game. So that was 3 apiece. So that looked like quite a good game. I know a lot of people have been saying that they think Forest Green will go up. I think they've recruited quite well. Obviously, they did come down from League 2. So it's one of them. They've recruited quite well. Any others? Oldham, obviously, I cannot obviously mention. Can't not, as much as it pains me, they did win 3-0 against Braintree. A check Fulham as well. We obviously sold to them. He got the first goal, and Oldham fans are obviously saying how well he played as well. So that's just typical, isn't it? Like, I came on here, I've come on podcasts and said, oh, he's not really performed. I'm not that bothered about him going. And then obviously, first game of the season, he performs and gets a goal for your rivals. So.
Yeah, I think Braintree as well. Just a quick word on them. I think it's clearly showed that they need a bit of time. I think because to be fair, I still stick with my prediction that I think they will just stay up. But that squad's going to take a lot of time to gel because it is a lot of new players out to bring in. They haven't kept many from last year because most of the players have been taken. So, I sort of expected Oldham to go and win that. They've just lost as well. Braintree, Dom Adesanya, who's gone to Eastbourne, one of our ex-players. He was actually at our game on Saturday, so he said he was injured, but I'm starting to not believe that now. I'm starting to think that he knew what was going on. So, yeah, a bit of work for Braintree to do there, but that's a terrific start for Oldham and that, who really need to make a statement in the National League this season.
100%, definitely. The Altrincham Woking game as well. Didn't they end up with 2 red cards? Did both teams get one sent off? I'm pretty sure they did. Sure it was that one.
Sure.
Let me check. I might be talking. Yeah, they did. Imagine that.
Dale Gorman got sent off for Woking, didn't they?
Yeah, and Jones got sent off for Altrincham 12 minutes into the new season. Imagine waiting all that time and then getting sent off
at the same time as well.
No.
Oh, I was going to say, because they're fighting. Oh.
I know. I love a good fight. I don't tolerate violence, but for anyone watching, I do not tolerate violence. Yeah. One result as well I did want to point out. I know it's not the most exciting result, but Southend won and York won. 2 teams that have been tipped, obviously, to do quite well this season. I know York have brought in quite a lot of players again, some good standout players. And Southend, we were obviously praising them last season through the difficulties they had and how well they did finish. So I just wanted to mention that result on the National League. Sean in the chat, all you need to do is swing a club and a ball shy, you'll be fine. I might injure myself in the process, though. That is the thing. I might end up in A&E. That's the only worry. But yeah, we will look at the National League table. So Gateshead are top. Obviously, then we have got Oldham in second, Rochdale in third. Woo! We have Eastleigh in fourth, AFC Fylde, someone that we don't like talking about, in fifth, Dagenham and Redbridge in sixth, and then FC Halifax in seventh. And then in the relegation at the minute, we have Maidenhead in 21st, Boston in 22nd, Braintree in 23rd, and Ebbsfleet in 24th. I don't think that's that different to what I've predicted, to be fair.
No,
As my yeah. Yeah. In the chat as well, Simon has put, with Michael Doyle as manager, it will never be a surprise if Woking get a player sent off. Yeah.
They are a dirty side. Like, to be fair, when they came to us in pre-season, they could have, particularly one of our left back, they could have broken his leg. Like, they're just, none of it. That's the way he normally sets up his teams, Michael Doyle. But I'm thinking, I could worry about their disciplinary record.
He did like a tackle like back in the day to Michael Doyle.
That's not surprising. It's like, he's going to take it to his management style. They're not a player's do, don't they? They would take it to their management styles.
Oh, this made me smile, to be fair. Luke, he's got his priorities straight. Next time I'll be watching Thursday's lower league show in Tenerife as I'm going for 2 weeks. Bless him. He's still going to be tuning in to us. How lovely is that?
Bless him.
Top fan status.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, you can come back on the podcast, Luke, because you've done that. You could come on anyway, but you definitely can now. So, National League North. Ben, any standouts for you on here or any you want to talk about?
There wasn't really any major surprises, I guess, but I think, there's Chris will probably be in agreement with me as well. I think Spennymoor's victory over Chester's fantastic start for them. I think Chester, again, I know they're 2 sides, they'll be in and around there anyway, but a bit like what we said about sort of maybe Doncaster and that and Accrington, the fact that these are maybe 2 favoured sides, but Spennymoor, getting a win on the opening day against a good Chester side, that's a great side. But then I look at Scunthorpe as well. I mean, I've said, look, they'll win the league this year, but to go and do that against a side like Brackley away from home, Brackley normally have quite a good home record, and like I said, they're always round the top, challenging for the league. That's a big statement for Scunthorpe, and they've really got to take that now into the next few years. I'll be interested to see if they can start picking up a lot of wins early on in that, because normally a lot of teams that win leagues tend to do it quite early on and tend to get good sort of 7-8 wins in the first maybe 11-12 games. So if they can do that, then I can see them being around there until around the end of April. But yeah, that's two outstanding results. But apart from that, I mean, I guess as well, Farsley Celtic as well, getting off to winning start against Rushall as well. A side that were near down the bottom last year, getting a slender victory. That gives them a good start, because I'm pretty sure they were near the bottom of that, pretty sure, most of the last season. And I think don't know if they had any changes or not, management-wise or players-wise, but they managed to put themselves a good run together and stayed up. So, yeah, it's pretty standard sort of, national. Not national. North. Not really too many that really sort of, grab my attention at the moment.
We do have, though, a little bit of a report of, bless him, Chris. He has put, obviously, against Chester, a massive 3-0 win at home against one of the favourites to win the league. Isaac Fletcher with a double and a Matty Dolan wonder free kick sealed the huge win. And then in the chat as well, we have got Paul. He's put Matty Dolan. I think he was correcting himself because he put, let me find it. He's put, apparently he scored a 35-yard free kick. Woo! And then he's put, ha, 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 at Darlow.
No.
Yeah. It's a bit surprising, Darlow, really, how they've just collapsed the last couple of years.
Do you know what, right? Darlington and Spenny do not like each other at all.
I know.
There's always hell on in them games. I'm looking forward to them derby games. I might nip down if Sunderland aren't playing up there anyway. I might nip down to one of them derby games. Yeah,
Salford, Darlington rivalry, isn't it? The one that just they're miles away from each other.
It up. Yeah, it's like Portsmouth and Sunderland. There's just no rivalry at all. Just Portsmouth made it up.
I'm starting to like causing a rivalry with UTL. I'm starting to realise that now with them. But I think the big time Charlies in that league. And I think you're right, Claire. Actually, I think I'm a bit surprised that they've been down there the last couple of years. I mean, is it Steve Watson that's in charge down at the moment? And I always thought he was a very well established manager. Particularly nationally when he was with Gateshead, and giving the opportunity there. But yeah, I put them down to go down this year because they've been flirting with relegation. I just think this might be one step too far for them. So it was unsurprising to see Kilometres to get the 3 points on Saturday.
Aled as well has put, congrats on Marine for their opening game, their debut in the second tier of non-league for the first time in their history. Obviously, a 1-1 draw against Oxford City.
What's a Marine?
It's a team.
I'm joking.
Chris has put as well, mental game at Radcliffe versus Scarborough. I know, a lot of goals. A lot of goals.
My team I picked from last week, Needham Market, got beat. Devastated. Fantastic name for a team.
National League North team, and
Needham Market in the National League North team for this season, yeah. Yeah, just for the
can't be friends anymore because they caused me so much pain they did 2 years ago.
You know what it is? It's just like I could just imagine like the bloke selling the watches in gold and the tatey seller up front.
Honestly, when we went down there in the FA Cup, we turned up and we looked at their goalkeeper. I don't know if he's still there or not, but he was a massive bloke in that. We were thinking like, oh God, we're going to win this game 7-0, aren't we? And then I'm pretty sure that when the game started, he kept catching everything, and we didn't put him under any pressure. I was like, this could be a bit of a problem. So that's throwing it back up, and that's what happens when you turn up to an FA Cup getting complacent. So that's we got our just desserts for that. Really,
you've had better FA Cup days since then, Ben.
Maybe. To go from that to Coventry City being our most recent one, that's not a bad record, is it?
I think this is for my benefit as well. Farsley.
I say it Farsley as well.
Farsley.
You take the S out of there. We're talking about Matt Farley, aren't we? Farley.
Exactly.
Farsley.
Good. You've got to mention Scunthorpe. That's such a good win for them. I know it's expected, but Brackley are buggers, and it's hard to score past Brackley.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you I hate Brackley?
Yeah.
You hate everybody.
Really hate Brackley. Like really hate Brackley. Like it's not a Brackley problem. It's a me problem.
Brackley problem.
Because they always used to beat us. And
you hate Brackley Town because of you. You've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong there. You just hate them because of you.
No, they used to beat us every single time.
No.
Almost every time. But it's really, they're really hard to score against. So 3-0 beating at home is great for Scunthorpe. And hopefully Brackley will stay not near the top of the league.
They always choke though, Bradley, don't they? They've always like been there or thereabouts. And then I know a couple of years ago they lost to Gateshead, didn't they? Last game of the season. That was to go up, and Gateshead went up instead of them, and they always seem to be the needy people. Well, that's what you get for being a southern team in National North, I suppose. Anyway, that's North, is it? Never mind.
All right. I love this as well that Chris has put. It's put also on Tuesday, Spennymoor have pledged to donate £2 from every ticket sold on the gate for our home fixture against Southport on Tuesday night to Alder Hay Children's Hospital. I love that. That's brilliant.
Send me. Can I buy one online, Chris? Because like that's just a nice thing, isn't it?
What time does it kick off? Because I might go. I'm finished work at 6. So I might have a look down for that. I'll probably get wrong, but
You know it's bad, Claire, when even Simon's pointing this out, and Simon don't like many people.
Simondo.
And it's 7:45, and Chris has put.
Yeah, should be all right for that. Might have a look down.
So the National League North table. So top of the league we have Curzon Ashton, then we have Hereford in second, Scunthorpe in third, Spennymoor Town for Chris in fourth, Kings Lynn Town in fifth, Southport in sixth, Barnsley Celtic in seventh. And then at the bottom, for Claire, in 21st, we have Brackley Town. We have Chester in 22nd. And, bless you, we have Needham Market in 23rd. And then we have South Shields in 24th. They are bottom. And bless him, Ben, he has been waiting forever. So, Ben, talk to us about your game first. I feel like... last but not least, you've been waiting very patiently.
I'm going to get used to it. Sure I will.
We'll start next time with National League.
Yeah.
Do not worry.
It is a fantastic start for us because St Albans is a place. Clarence Park is a ground we never tend to win at. They've done the double over us last year, so we sort of didn't really expect to go there and get a win. I think I turned up just for kick-off. I said, do you know what? I'd probably be happy with a point here. Because they haven't really changed their side too much, St Albans, from last year. I think they've only lost a couple of players. They've only brought a couple in. It's virtually the same squad from last season. They've brought David Noble back. Obviously had a bad time at Wildston at the end of last season. So, we had a few injuries that kept us to key players, but still we started off with a fairly good side out there. First half, I wouldn't say we weren't at it. I think I'll give credit to St Albans. I thought they were the better side in the first half. They had a lot of the ball, but didn't really put us under too much pressure. Our goalkeeper, Alexis Andre Jr., had to make a key save. Tried to go, the striker tried to go around him, but he's managed to, get good 2 strong hands on it, smother it. Then they had a snapshot towards half-time. And other than that, didn't really put us under any huge pressure. I think we defended really well. I think that was a massive compliment to our defence because we were missing still a couple of defenders. But it came at a cost. We lost 2 players to injury. We lost Charlie Seaman and Jordan Higgs, who were 2 of our better players in pre-season. So that's we've already got it to an ever-growing list. I think that's 5 injuries already. We've only played 1 league game, so we're a bit like, oh God, here we go again. We never had a full squad available last year, and it's already started again. So I think you get used to it after a while. And then second half, we came out a different side. I thought. We certainly came out with a lot more intent. We were putting a lot more direct balls over the top for Aaron Blair to chase onto. But again, a bit like St Albans, didn't really create masses amount. I think the introduction of John Benton made a massive difference for us. Obviously, the loanee from we've got from Solihull Moors. He's an absolute class player, and he's a level above Nashville South. Don't know how we managed to get him, but he's only trained with the boys for the last couple of days, and he didn't look out of place at all. Very clever player, very short player, but won his fair share of headers. So that could be a bit of a weapon for us. And again, I really hope we'll start on Saturday against Truro because he made a massive difference. I thought a lot of players probably gave him man of the match. Actually, funnily enough, he only had about 20-25 minutes on. And then you get towards sort of 88th minute, 89th minute, and you're like, look, you know what? We'll take a point here. I think I would have been pleased with that. 0-0 probably would have been a fair result, but thankfully Ben Brooks put in a delightful corner towards the 6-yard box, and Temi Oweke flicks it on into the to the far corner to send our 400 or so supporters into raptures behind the goal, and the feeling of having, scoring a goal again, like especially last minute in a league game, it was a nice feeling it was. And it's a big, booster for us because, I mean, as I said, I think during, our preview show, I think our prediction show, we're a very hard side to beat. I think the way that George sets up is to make sure we're hard to beat defensively. And again, I thought we were superb defensively. Didn't really, cause too many, problems for ourselves. We had a couple of defenders making debuts. I thought Temi Aweko was superb. Sam Smith, who's come for under 23s and not our first choice defender at all by any stretch of the imagination, but didn't look out of place at all. It was absolutely fantastic and put in such a mature performance. And, a massive shout out to Riley Court, only 18 years old, had to come in at right back for Charlie Seaman, doesn't even play right back, he plays centre midfield. And again, absolutely superb. Because obviously now doing the social media, one thing I wanted to try and add to our Twitter feed this year was to actually start adding man of the matches now. And actually, it was so hard after the games. I thought it was generally just a good team performers, and having to pick 4 players, potential man of the matches was so difficult. But eventually, of course, Temi was going to get it. I think because not just because he played well, but because of the goal. I was going to put it down for him anyway, even before he scored, because I thought he was absolutely exceptional. So debuts couldn't be better than that. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the start we've made, and I just hope now we can kick on. We've got 2 home games coming up. If we can get maximum points of that, happy days. We're in a good place. So yeah, delighted with the start. Up the Stones. No. This league is on.
Just while we're on National League South as well, Ben, is there any other standout results for you?
The big one, I think, the obvious one, is a thriller of the game, but Worthing, victory of Western-super-Mare. Because funny enough, they were 3-0 down at half-time, Worthing. Calamitous goals they conceded, judging by the highlights. But they scored 2 free kicks in the second half to sort of as part of their comeback. And I think it was a 96-minute penalty from Danny Cashman, one of the real standout players in the National South last season, stepped up and calmly tucked it away. And I think, to be fair, it's probably one I didn't expect them to go and win, actually, because Western, recruited well in the summer. And Worthing, I think obviously the big question mark over them was, are they going to replace the goals of Ollie Pearce from last season? And it's fair to say that they've still got goals in them. You can go score 4 away from home the opening day of the season, and fair play to them. Again, I think not many of them have probably tipped them to do well this season properly. They probably will be in and around the playoffs, but if they keep plucking out results like that, then they've got every chance of doing well. And so that was probably the big standout. And again, a massive shout out to Hornchurch, first game back at this level, 3-1 victory over Hampton. Hampton probably going to be a side near the bottom, I think, this year. They've lost a lot of players that haven't recruited as well as I thought they would have done. And Hornchurch, have put in some good talent over the summer. Darryl McMahon's assembled a good squad. He's kept most majority of that side that won the league last year in the Eastern Premier. So again, I've always said I think they'll be the dark horses this year. They had to come back from behind as well in that game, so they've already got that resilience in the bank. So that's probably the 2 real standouts. I'm not going to talk about Dawkins. I want to avoid them as much as possible.
Don't say that. Mark White has watched this podcast, so we want to talk about them and get him on the show.
I mean, he'll have to see me in October at some point on Tuesday night. So I'm sure James will introduce me to him, because I would quite like to meet him actually now.
Please get him to do me a message.
Exactly. I hope
please.
He does.
I love him. He's my hero.
He is amazing.
He won't be on that Tuesday night, though. He'll be my worst enemy, because I'm sure he's going to try and get one of our players sent off. Because you know what? It's actually funny, because in that Bunch of Amateurs documentary, every time we play him, and he is right, we always tend to get a player sent off against them. And I think just because they are so good. I mean, we're not bad either, but they are so good at shithousery. The pressure they put on the officials, they're very good at it. And they've got experienced players as well that will run straight up to the referee. Pretty sure George Ellakobi got sent off against them a couple of years ago. Because I think pretty sure he got in the referee's face, he did, which that's the one play you don't want to aggravate. So I
would to bring that up that Mr. Luke said as well.
Danny Cash, I've just seen his comment. Oh, actually, the Dorking clash. That was absolutely brilliant. Because I saw it. That's the thing. I saw the start of the highlights. I'm like, how did the referee allow to start that game for at least 5 minutes with that? Because I've been changing their shirt. I mean, even when you put on the team sheet, you would have to put down the colours they're wearing. So it would have been so obvious to know that they were going to have to play in that kit. But that is true, non-league football, having to just turn your shirts inside out.
I was going to say, was that the one they had to go inside out?
Yeah, it was. Oh my god, it looked absolutely. Only at Dorking wanted you get that. So hopefully they were down there, a bunch of amateurs for that game, because that would be absolutely brilliant episode, and good cover TikToks to come from them on that. I would have thought.
Graham has put as well. Good to see Welling get a win. They're my local National League South team.
I'm going for Hornchurch just for the name. I think it's a fantastic name. Hornchurch. Yeah. I'll have them.
I love you, Anna.
Needham Market in the National North and Hornchurch in the National South.
So, I have to say this through slightly gritted teeth, but it's a long time ago now. Great win for Bromwich, because obviously they had a very bad season. Lost a manager that's been with them for so long at the end of the season as well. So great win for them. I mean, I know you probably expect it, but it's just a good start, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they had to wait a long time as well. I think it was 80th minute. I think they scored their goal, and Tyrone Marsh, who's an established National League player, to get the goal. I really am surprised they managed to keep hold of most of that squad from last year, to be fair. And that's probably why everyone's tipped them as one of the real strong title favourites. I think because that side have sort of been together for a while, you'd think that they'll do quite well. And Bath City are not side that are very hard to break down. And we, funnily enough, actually bumped into their team on the way to St Albans and in the services. So I had a quick catch up with Solwanjo Smith, who's one of our forwards last year, who's now gone to Bath. So it was nice to see him and that. And obviously they were doing their old TikToks now, because our players have got into this habit now of doing TikTok videos. So they're all sort of cross-referencing and that. So that was nice to catch up then. But Bath have got a club I've got a lot of time for, to be fair. I've known the media guy down there really well. They've got some good players, and the club sets up really well. So I don't think they'll be in any danger. I think they've got quite a lot of injuries, I've heard as well, but I'm sure they'll be fine this season, I would have thought.
This made me laugh from Sam. He's put Hornchurch is like Broadchurch after dark.
To be fair, I think Broadchurch is like Broadchurch after dark. There's a lot goes on in Broadchurch.
Just before we move on as well, obviously we did mention him, but Luke obviously mentioned Danny Cashman, and I did want to touch on Danny Cashman because when we had Robbie Stockdale as manager, we did actually have Danny Cashman on loan. And he's had a couple of really tough seasons, to be fair. I know when he got released from Brighton's academy, Coventry vended by him, and he's been sent a couple of times, obviously, on loan. I think him and Coventry came to an agreement, like a mutual agreement, to terminate the contract. And I know he's really struggled. He obviously tried up north and stuff, and he was very homesick. He's had a lot of issues, bless him, with his mental health. He's still a very young lad, and obviously he went through some difficulties with his family because his mum got diagnosed with cancer as well. So I just wanted to say how happy and how proud I am of Danny Cashman, because he is such a lovely guy as well. And my little boy Bobby, when we had him on loan, he loved Danny Cashman. Even though he didn't play many games for us, he really did look up to Danny Cashman, and he took the time to send him video messages. He was signing boots for him, and for such a young lad, and I know there was a lot of pressure on him, I just wanted to come on here and say how happy I am to see that he is doing well, because some of the struggles he's been through in the last few years, it was just really happy and refreshing to see, so I just wanted to shout that out, because I know there was quite a lot of pressure on him from going from Brighton's academy, and he was a quite well-known name, and it was a lot of he'll be some player and this and that, and then obviously he got bought by Coventry, and it just never really kicked on, but it was because of these issues and the stuff he was going through. So I'm glad he's kind of found his level at the minute. He's doing well at this level, and then hopefully, because he is still quite young as well, he can progress, because what a player he is, but also what a great person, and considering what he's been through at such a young age as well. I just wanted to give him that bit of a talk about on here, because I do really like him, Danny Cashman. So it's really refreshing to see how well he's doing.
We should adopt him as our player.
I think we should.
As long as he doesn't score against us, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I think Worthing have tried to actually sort of play around him now, because obviously now they haven't got Pearce or Joe Felix. I think it is now the centre of attention is on Cashman.
Yes.
And that's because he was one of the players I really am surprised they managed to keep hold of, actually. So I generally thought he would have got a move to a bigger club. And I think if he can continue that form he had from last season into, the first few months, it wouldn't be no surprise if National League clubs come looking in for him. Even York City, I'd love to see, because Andy Hitchwood, he's taken a few of their players. It wouldn't surprise me if he came back in. But then again, like you say, Shai, it might be, circumstances might be, he's happy playing for Worthing and, staying down south. So, and then because Worthing's a club, they're always going to be in and around the promotion area. It's not like he's playing, mid-table side that, are going to just be, have maybe the odd good result here and there. They are generally, serious about going into the National League. So if he does it there, I'm sure he'll be more than delighted. But yeah, he's always one I'm fearful coming up against. So yeah, absolutely fair play to him in that case, because, and also to step up 96th minute on the opening day of the season after a fantastic comeback, must have been a bit of pressure on him for that. But yeah, that's the thing. I say Worthing, putting in a fantastic shift to get that sort of result, and that's a real sort of threat to the league. And that thinking, look, they will show a no say die attitude. So yeah, I'd fully expect him now to maybe go on a little run now after that.
Oh.
Simon, obviously, he's a Coventry fan. He put, we had him for some reason it didn't work out, and then obviously he's put as well, I had no idea about any of that. Yeah, it was really sad, to be fair, and I think a lot of it, obviously, with circumstances and what his mum was going through, and he was obviously nowhere near home, so I think that kind of affected him and his mental health and things like that. And obviously now he's back playing, and even though it is at a lower level, I do think he's just happy playing for obviously a club closer to home now. It can obviously be closer to his family, so I just really wanted to mention him, because what a guy as well, like the stuff he did for my little boy and stuff, it was so lovely. So I just wanted to mention him. And then Russ has put, what happens in Hornchurch stays in Hornchurch.
I believe that.
We have got as well our very own Dan. He has put, just home from work, missing you, lovely bunch. Big love, guys.
He's all right for a Burnley fan, isn't he?
Don't rub the win in, no. We love Rob Edwards too much as well, though, Dan. So you can have your win. We're glad you won, but don't be too harsh on Big Rob. Called Big Rob now. So, Anne, look at the top of the table.
Come on, Hornchurch.
Come on. Top of the National League South after the first game, we have Hornchurch. Second, we have Worthing. And then we have Tonbridge Angels. And then we have Dorking Wanderers in fourth. I can't even speak. Farnborough in fifth. We have Slough Town in sixth. We have Torquay United in seventh. And then in relegation, how do we pronounce this one, Ben, in 21st?
Avely.
I thought it was, but I didn't want to sound like a complete idiot. So I'm just going to ask.
What were you going to say, like Avely?
Avely.
Not as bad as what I'm pretty sure there was one support when we played Ipswich last year, the dude of Vlog, and he called us Maidenstone. And I was like thinking, he's trying to get some with Maidenhead and Maidstone. Obviously, everyone picked up on that. And I was like, that's that. Maidenstone. Don't know where he got that from. How do you not know who you're playing?
That's a Stone Roses song, isn't it? Maidenstone.
In 22nd, we have Bath City, then we have St Albans City, and then we have Hampton and Richmond in last in 24.
Wasn't Hampton and Richmond, Hampton and Waterlooville at a point?
Hampton and Richmond, darling.
Yeah, weren't they Hampton and Waterlooville?
No, they got relegated last year.
Oh, right. Okay. So there's a Hampton and Richmond and Hampton Waterlooville.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
Hampton Waterlooville. I hope they never come back up, because they're a horrible club. They are absolutely can't stand them. They're like the Fylde of the National League South. They were.
In the chat as well, Aled has put, really hope Torquay get promoted, and Russ thinks that it is Slough's year, and
it's Havant in Waterlooville, of course it is. I'm sorry, it's been a long day. I can just remember them having a really good cup run at some point, and they played Liverpool or somewhere a few years ago.
Yeah, they did. They were probably the last side from our league to get into the fourth round before. Obviously, we did it last year, so that's the thing. We sort of aspired to their run, but yeah, that was the only good thing I liked about having that. That's before I started hating them. Now I can't stand them. If I say any more, I'm going to be in big trouble. So.
Ben, you really make me laugh.
Sorry, darling.
But yeah, that's it for the football chat. And do you know what? I think we've done it quite well. We've done it in quite good time, to be fair.
All right, I'm with 2 hours.
Yeah, we covered the cup as well. We didn't spend too much on it. I know.
Oh, I'm glad I missed that bit.
Yeah, we weren't on it long, Claire, didn't we?
We told everyone that was the reason she missed it, didn't we? We said Claire's not here now because she doesn't want to talk about this result.
I weren't bothered. But do you know what will never become normal? Sorry, I'm talking about football again. But Usain Bolt's godson plays for us now. And he's like academy level. So he's one of them that you can stick as an extra in your team. And he keeps like putting on his Instagram about Stockport County. Like last season it was Jude Bellingham, which was a pretty big deal. And now it's Usain Bolt. Like,
what? I love Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, well, we've got obviously Jude texts about us quite often. I tweets about us quite often with his brother playing. And he put, when we won on Saturday, he put, how are the lads? Like,
I saw that. It made me laugh.
I'm jealous. I want Jude Bellingham to tweet about us. Or just me. Tweet me, Jude.
Just me.
You're probably putting yourself out tonight, Charlotte.
Oh, I am. I'm desperate times, you know. Oh, no, not Danny Cashman. I love Danny Cashman. Like, he's cute. I could adopt Danny Cashman. I really want a bag of sensations. That's why I'm putting myself out. Anything for a bag of cricket. I'm joking, by the way. That is a joke. We have got as well Collars, but cheers, guys. Awesome podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in as well. And thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. Ben, where can everybody find you?
If I can find me, I'm not going to bother with the finger stuff, to be honest. Yeah, you can find me at Ben Stones FC1. Yeah, with views on Matestone or any content that the club bring in. Obviously, you know, our Instagram, Matestone United. Started to change it up a little bit now on the social media Matchday. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying being back out filming the stuff now. So, if you want to catch any of that sort of stuff, then head on to our pages. But yeah, any of my personal views, Ben Stones FC1.
And with all your football teams, your big list.
I've only got, I've got about 17.
One in every league.
Yeah, and I've got a few like foreign teams I like Inter Milan. I really like Inter Milan and Hearts in Scotland for some strange reason. But yeah, I'm there. There we go. At _Waterson on Twitter, even though I nearly came off it last week, but I stayed. And then at Howie Pod if you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on in Sunderland women at the moment, which at the moment isn't much because they've had 3 pre-season games, all behind closed doors, and I don't know the scores of 2 of them because they won't release them to the public. So there we are.
Really?
That's so bad.
Yeah.
Jen, where can everybody find you?
I'm going to try. There. Jen Hunt on pretty much everything.
You have to do it with the opposite finger. Roll the opposite one. The other one, Jen. Do it with the other one.
No, don't matter. Jen Hunt on everything.
Rebecca, where can everybody find you?
He is the expert, look. That's bang on.
With the many underscores and along with Ant supporting many different teams. I thought I had a lot with 3, but hearing Ant tonight, I think I'm doing all right.
3?
Yeah, Aki Everton and then Dundee have become my new one.
And Rochdale, obviously, that's a favourite National League team. I've just decided, and it's everyone's.
Yeah, Dale and my second team just for the away day. Just for the away day.
Just for the chippy.
Yeah, just for the chippy, yeah.
Claire, where can everybody find you?
Wait, Rebecca's not said yet.
No, sorry, I forgot. Here, many underscores, _Rebecca, _shot_, and you can find my Her Game 2 content, which will be hopefully back up and running very soon with us being back at home this weekend, which is ASFC Her Game 2.
Love that. And what about your Formula 1 stuff as well? Plug that while you're here.
Oh, that's along with Jen, which is Girls in the Grandstand, where we do a podcast and some content on the Instagram and TikTok.
Love that. Love that. Claire, where can everybody find you?
I'm just wondering how you have so many hours in the day to have all these hobbies. Like, I'm jealous.
I don't sleep.
You can find here Claire_Jeffs on Twitter. Also on a Tuesday night when they're not playing, we have Hatters_Hangout where we talk about the glorious Stockport County and Stockport County ladies.
And you'll find her on a Chris bio because she has a Chris fetish, as she mentioned previously, for anybody who did miss out. If anybody wants... Sorry, I had to get
Only
back.
skips.
Only skips. I nearly missed that there. For anybody who wants to follow me, I am SharXREFC. That is on Instagram, it's on Twitter, and it's on TikTok. My Her Game 2 stuff is Rochdale HGT. And obviously, the most important ones, we are the Absolute Football Podcast, and we are Absolute Ball Pod on Twitter. We are Absolute Football Podcast on YouTube and Twitch. On TikTok, we are Absolute Football Pod. On Instagram and Threads, we are Absolute Football Podcast _. On Facebook, we have the Absolute Football Podcast. On Mondays is our Premier League show and European show. On Wednesdays is our WSL and Women's Championship show. And then obviously on Thursdays, we are Absolutely Lower League and we cover the EFL Championship, League 1, League 2, National League, and now the National League North and South. And all of those are on at 8:30. Please join in the chat. Have your say about your team. Any news, anything you want to talk about, please come in to any of those shows. And yeah, we have an Absolute Football Podcast, and we hope you have a very good weekend. And thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, everybody.